Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo, and we're here today with another live Zeus commentary. It's been quite some time since I've done one of these, and I'm going to explain a lot more in the actual commentary, but before we go ahead and start, I wanted to mention some things about the AI that you guys are going to notice. There was a very particular example in this mission, in this small firefight, and the larger part of this mission, where there was an AI that was really troublesome for my team. This is a primary example of the default Arma AI. I'd actually forgotten to go in with curated presets, which is a modification that allows you to alter ranges and weapon, stability for the AI, and I didn't actually mess with this AI unit, and therefore he was a real trouble for my team, and he sort of pulled away some of the fun, but it's a really prime example of how much work the default Arma AI currently needs. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the commentary. So I wanted to clue you guys in on what I'm doing right now with the Traveling Light campaign that I'm running for the Praxis organization. I haven't really done one of these live Zeus commentaries in a while, and I thought it'd be cool to just kind of clue you guys in on what's going on. Now this is actually one of the second stages of what is going to be essentially a multi-month campaign. Each month is going to have a different chapter. They're currently on chapter 1. Essentially it's going to take place over 4 weeks or 1 month, whichever comes first, just based on time constraints, all that other fancy nonsense. But this is actually the second stage of it. So what my team is currently running with right now, let's take a closer look at them with night vision on. You'll see that they've all been sort of stripped down. They're also wearing gas masks. They don't really seem to have too much equipment. One of them missing a backpack. Basically, in the start of this campaign, they were a pretty ready force. They had all the supplies that they needed. They had everything they needed to go in and get the job done over on the island of Utes. They actually then left Utes. And we came over here to the island of Stratus because that was where the information that they gained on Utes led them, saying that the OPFOR was, doing some mysterious workings over on the island of Altus. And I don't want to reveal too much about the story because it's sort of a surprise for everybody. I have it in my head, and they're going to slowly start to reveal it. But basically, they were coming in for landing on the island of Altus, and the 2 helicopter pilots recognized that there was actually poisonous gas, chemical warfare, in the air. The pilots sadly died, but our troops here were able to get their gas masks on in time. The helicopter crashed, though they lost a lot of their gear. Their original landing zone, their original rendezvous point, was to go to Panachori to actually meet up with some dignitaries, local dignitaries, who were going to tell them a little bit about the situation that was going on between the independent forces, the greenbacks, as certain people inside of the Arma world would call them, and the opposing forces. So essentially they're still trying to make their way to Panachori. They still need to find out whether or not the dignitaries are alive, they're there, whatever's happening with them. So this is sort of what's going on currently as we join our team. So let's just sort of listen in and hear what they're coordinating, their thoughts as the situation currently stands.
See a car. Small town.
So starting to get a little bit of a focus here. It is actually
Sorry, misfire.
apparently they just had a misfire. That's luckily, I believe that was a suppressed weapon. You can tell it's very dark currently, very dark actually. I have actually given them a little bit of direction. Usually when I put loot down on the map or a place where there may be a high risk, high reward for some type of supply that could benefit the team, I will mark it. I have marked it in this case. If we take a look at the map, we'll see that they do in fact have a loot marker, sort of leading them in that direction. It's a great way of guiding them into a specific situation that might otherwise have been skipped because it just didn't seem logical to go there. In this case, I'm forcing them to actually go there and engage the independent forces, getting a little bit of a ruckus at the possibility of getting a reward, some type of equipment. They definitely need medical supplies. They have absolutely zero medical supplies currently. And they definitely need some better equipment, primaries, backpacks. They need a lot more stuff if they want to actually survive the remainder of this campaign.
At least get to cover in this building over here.
So it seems like they've actually, they haven't actually encountered these guys yet. Let's see how this goes.
Does that mean there's somebody in the car?
Hold on, there's
I
dark
see
right
one.
there.
Yeah.
Take him?
Yes.
So not too bad. They managed to drop both of them with minimal resistance. That went pretty well for them.
I'm gonna go check.
Gotta love the classic thermal mode for watching this kind of thing.
Should we search these bodies?
Okay. Let's get these bodies guns though first.
So they're gonna go ahead and actually loot the equipment off them. Little they didn't know when they take a look inside, they're gonna have something much better than that. Looks like they've just looted some civilians that were working in the fields. Not really a big concern for them. However, I'm going to cause a little bit of confusion here.
Is anybody taking this weapon over here? Is that 2000? Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and take control of this civilian here and do some
make sure you take NVD.
do some mischief.
Oh, there's a dude getting in the car.
Simulate a little bit of an accident there, cause some chaos, get some ruckus going.
They're firing at us.
Is there a way to get a spawn? Alright, thank you.
Give them a quick respawn there. The point of this campaign is less about you know, the worth of their lives. They're already in a really tough situation. I've already restricted a lot of their gear, restricted ammunition. So I'm focusing a lot less on, like, okay, they only have like 2 respawns. I'm more trying to tell them a story, let them explore some really interesting combat situations that they wouldn't otherwise be in, and trying to make it as dynamic as possible for them by just doing random situations like that, which went from, you know, a situation where they pretty much had everything good to go to now it's all gone bad. They're being engaged from different angles. There's a high chance that more of the the independent, the greenbacks in the area have actually become alerted to their presence, and that's really where I'm throwing the curveball in. So what we don't want is units doing this kind of thing. It really drives me crazy. So I'll generally come over here and try and get them to actually move. You know, or at least be taken out. Because when they just drop prone like that, I'd rather have them move to cover. It's just irritating. There's not much you can do about that, the AI. That's something you guys have heard me complain about before.
Check on the other one. He's not returning fire, but I don't know if I got
He's getting up. He's actually wounded. So try and get him to push in.
Injured.
I believe this guy's probably pretty wounded. Let's go ahead and take a look, actually. Let's jump into his character here. Where'd he go? There he is.
Come over here because they got a bunch of medical stuff.
So what we are going to do is have a little bit of fun with the 40mm.
I am a medic, but... Oh, I don't
Other target's down. Shit. Who's that? Oh, that's you.
That's me, that's me.
Just a little bit of panic. Light a fire under their arses, so to speak, as if there wasn't already one lit.
Do we have nearby downed enemies?
We might have guys to our north, so careful.
Yes.
Whoa!
The thing I'm curious about is whether or not they actually bothered to secure that loot. Okay, it does look like they actually secured the loot and the ammunition. Our resident tech wizard there, Hell's, making the smart decision to grab some night vision goggles. It's going to definitely make the duration of this nighttime operation a little bit easier for the team. Let's see what we have. It looks like Phineas got taken out of the match, but he's spawned back in. Of course, one of the big issues is when they die, they lose that gear that was on their bodies. They're going to have to respawn again with the sort of bare bones kit. So the longer they stay alive, that is sort of the penalty for death in this. You know, I haven't left them without a penalty for dying. It is the fact that they lose a lot of the good supplies that they just spent all that time gathering. And they don't know the next time they're actually going to be able to get gear or ammunition. So preservation of life is definitely important. Looks like we've got about 3 independent that were on a patrol. They definitely are aware of the team's presence. That flashlight probably gonna give off their position a little bit there. We'll see how that goes over. Should be all right as long as he doesn't really point in their direction. But if he flashes those greenbacks on the road, they are definitely gonna be aware that he's there. Looks like they've already started putting some rounds on Hells here. Heavy fire coming down on the house. Oh, Lens for Life was just taken out. They got Lens. Lens is down. Looks Looks like Drevin and Phineas have sort of holed up inside the house. They're trying to get supplies, heal themselves, get patched up, get in the best possible shape they can to head into battle to help their teammates engage here, because that is one of the biggest things. You know, you can rush to help a friend who's taking fire, but the fact is, if they have a place where they're safe, where they're secure, you know, they know that they can hide from that fire, they've got good direct cover, you might as well make sure you're in the best possible condition before you go ahead and actually engage in these fights.
I think my
The last thing you want to do is run into a situation, low stamina, wounded, bleeding, and just make everything worse at the end of the day. One of the great things is that we are using the combat space environment in its current alpha state, and it is absolutely a wonderful mod to work with. The things that it offers in the medical system revamp, I am completely in love with it. It's not so much about making it, you know, easy to completely revive yourself as it is allowing you to be damaged in almost permanent ways.
Jesus.
That can really affect the course of a mission. You know, whether it be broken legs or just high loss of blood, or the fact that you pretty much know you're going to die and you're just hanging on to the last couple inches of life there. Let's go thermal mode on this and zoom out, get a little bit better idea of the battlefield currently.
someone get my gun. I'm dead right next to the thing.
You can hear Drevin calling out, just trying to make sure that his team knows where he went down so they can avoid losing equipment as much as possible. You're going to want to make sure that somebody picks up that rifle as quickly as possible before his body vanishes, allowing them to make sure that they continue to secure whatever loot they've picked up along the way. This three-man team of greenbacks here is putting down some serious fire on these guys. They definitely have a support gunner in their midst, and I mean they're going completely balls to the wall here.
Control G.
100% out in the open, just putting heavy fire down on our team here. Looks like one of the greenbacks is falling back to get a better position, putting more heavy fire down on a position that Lenz and Phineas are currently occupying. It looks like Lenz has been taken out once again. There goes Drevin. He's trying to get rounds on target, but it just seemed like the greenbacks had the heavier firepower in that situation. Looks like we got Hells trying to use a couple grenades, help stir up the greenbacks, maybe turn the tide of this battle a little bit. Drevin making some serious moves on the battlefield here. Let's go into night vision mode, see what he's doing. Using some of the brush to try and navigate to a better firing position.
Oh, fuck.
I think this is a prime example of the AI being a little bit overzealous and eliminating our entire team multiple times, but what we're going to do. They are crack shots, that's for sure.
Bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Looks like Hell's managed to take down one of them. They have one more target left. Luckily that support gunner, though, he was the first one to drop, and he was definitely causing the team the most amount of trouble, really laying down an extreme amount of suppressive fire, and not just suppressive fire, an extreme amount of accurate fire. Really getting those rounds on target, dropping several members of the team multiple times. Looks like Hell's going to take another death, but they've eliminated the greenback threat, at least what they're currently concerned with. They can kind of relax, recuperate, see the overall outcome of that firefight. They definitely lost a lot of lives. Hopefully they were able to sustain, to maintain and hold on to a lot of the gear that they just picked up at that loot spot, because they're going to need it as they carry forward onto Panichori. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw here. Just want to give you a small taste of sort of one of the firefights, do a little bit of commentary over it. I thought that sort of shoutcasting style commentary actually fits what I do as Zeus very well. And what you guys thought of it, let me know if you'd like to see more in the comment sections below. We'll see you in the next one.
Loot their bodies though, if you can.